Alright, final episode of the season and part 3 of the young Boba Fett arc. The bounty hunters reveal their hostages to the Jedi, demanding that Mace Windu faces Boba Fett, and Aurra tries to force Boba to execute one of the clones before just doing it herself. Plo Koon and Ahsoka take off in search of Boba, leaving Mace and Anakin to enjoy their back-to-baths. Plo takes Ahsoka to the underworld of Coruscant, and I love the way he says underworld.
The underworld.
It's so ominous. Boba and the bounty gang make a pit stop to visit. Hey, it's Hondo, my god. Ugh. Well, that happened. Anyway, Aurra listens in on the other bounty hunter who's presently betraying her, then blasts him in the skull bits. Woo. Boba does not look comfy in this environment, but like, am I supposed to be sympathizing for this little terrorist? I don't think so. Meanwhile, Plo admonishes Ahsoka for adopting bad habits from Anakin, specifically her total inability to blend in and keep a low profile. She takes this to heart, and the two enter a space club, complete with PG-rated strippers. God, Plo is intimidating. He's amazing. Ahsoka slows herself down long enough to try and tune into the conversations around her until she keys in on the right information, learning of Aurra Sing and Hondo's involvement. She gets caught dropping some E's, and Plo steps up to the bat like the badass that he is. Plo and Ahsoka follow up on the lead and meet up with Hondo, who reveals Aurra's trap in order to illustrate his non-involvement with her scheme. Plo sits down with Aurra and literally says, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way," before Ahsoka jumps Aurra and Boba jumps Plo. Finally, the standoff breaks and Aurra abandons Boba during the firefight. And again, I think we're supposed to be sympathizing with Boba here, but like, no. I like how Hondo's men instinctively raise their blaster, but Hondo stops them. Hondo then convinces Boba to reveal the location of the hostages, citing Jango's belief in being an honorable man. Big points for Hondo here. Ahsoka gets the jump on Bosk and frees the Admiral, then tries to contend with Aurra Sing, single-handedly taking down the fire spray with her lightsaber. Boba is brought before Mace Windu, and all his grief and failure filling his face, and all Mace Windu can say is, tough luck, kid. Like, what? Then sends him off to space juvie, and that's it. That's how the season ends. We end on that note. I did not love this episode. The grand total of 5 minutes dedicated to character development built up Ahsoka, Plo, and Hondo, and that was great, but no one else came out of this looking good. Boba never got closure. He didn't learn anything, and he ended the arc as the same vindictive little brat that he was when he started the arc. Aurra Sing having stuff to do was kind of fun, and Bosk was totally wasted as a sidekick tier baddie. Mace basically did an about face on any character development he had in this arc. The most character development we got was Hondo's arc, learning not to mess with the Jedi and to have a modicum of honor. Plo is delightful, as always. Other than Hondo, Ahsoka, and Plo, I hated this episode. Unless you were following Hondo's story, this one is a pass. If you are following Boba's story, only the first episode of this arc is worth it. He is completely wasted here. Only the Senate murders was worse than this episode.
Yes! Yes! I remember.